Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to generate PDF from email automatically. So here my objective is that whenever my team member is going to send me an email, then automatically according to the details of that email, I want to generate a PDF document in Google Docs and then I want to upload that document in Google Drive. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between all these applications, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger, first of all, we are going to take email parser to capture the email responses in Pabbly Connect, and then in action, we are going to take Google Docs and Google Drive, and we are going to set up a connection between all these applications to automate this entire process step by step. And to learn this amazing automation step by step, let me take you all towards my screen. So in this video, I'm going to show you that whenever I'm going to receive a new email, automatically that email will be converted into a document, and that document will be added and uploaded in my Google Drive as a PDF. So how we are going to automate this entire process? We are going to learn that with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which allows us to set connections between multiple applications to automate all our repetitive tasks, that too without any coding or programming skills. So with the help of Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to set up a connection between my Gmail account, my Google Docs account and Google Drive in such a way that whenever I'm going to receive a new email from my team members related to the new order details, then automatically according to that order details, an invoice will be generated in Google Docs, and that will be added in my Google Drive folder as a PDF format. Okay, so we are on the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. In case if you are already an existing user, then you can directly click on sign in. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. And also when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now because I am already an existing user, therefore currently I am going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created, and we can also add different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that. And here a dialog box will appear in front of us. It is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to provide a name over here. Generate PDF from email automatically. After giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. I'm going to save this workflow in Team Productivity Booster folder. Now let's click on create. As we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. Now, trigger and actions, as I told you, are the basic concepts, or we can see these are the building blocks of our automation. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take email parser through which we are going to capture the email responses from our Gmail account over here in Pabbly Connect in our trigger, and Google Docs in which we want to create the document in our action. And here we can clearly see that action is following the trigger, because when the trigger happens, that means when the email is captured, then only by using that email response the document is generated in Google Docs, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, because we want that whenever we are going to receive a new email on our account, we want to capture the response in Pabbly Connect, and with that response we want the workflow to trigger and start. So our trigger application will be email parser over here. So email parser is an amazing inbuilt feature of Pabbly Connect which allows us to capture the email responses over here in Pabbly Connect with the help of this email hook. So we will copy this email hook, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. After copying this, we have to go towards our Gmail account, and this is the settings section where we have to go. Now we have to click on see all settings. After coming over here, we have to go towards forwarding and POP/IMAP. Here we will find the option of add a forwarding address. So we have to click on this button and we have to paste the email hook which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Let's click on next. And now it is asking the confirmation that it is forwarding the emails on this particular email hook. Let's click on proceed. And now it is saying that a confirmation link has been sent on this email hook for the verification and permission. So we'll simply click on OK and we'll move back towards Pabbly Connect. Here we have already received the response towards body text of the email which we have received. Here we will see one URL. So we have to copy this URL and we have to open it in a new tab. And now it is asking us that please confirm forwarding mail of this particular email address to this email hook. So we'll click on confirm. And yes, now it is saying that this email may now forward mail to the email hook. So now whenever we are going to receive a new email on our account, it will be forwarded automatically on this email hook that is in Pabbly Connect. So we'll go back towards Pabbly Connect. And here we have to click on recapture email parcel response. After doing this, we will wait for the response. And how we are going to get that? By sending an email on our email address. So I'm going to open a new Gmail account. And from this account, I'm going to send a dummy email to test on my Gmail account. So here I have entered my email address. And here I have entered the subject as test mail because this is just a test mail. And now I'm going to enter the content. This is a test email. I'm going to click on send. We'll move back towards our Gmail account. And here we will go and check whether we have received the email on our account or not. And yes, here the email is received. Now we have to go towards Pabbly Connect and we will check whether we have received the response over here or not. No, currently we have not received any email response over here. So once again, we have to go back towards our Gmail account. We have to go towards settings once again, see all settings, forwarding and POP IMAP, and here this time we have to turn this forwarding a copy of incoming email to this particular email hook as enabled. After doing this, we'll simply click on save changes, and now finally when we are going to receive a new email on our account, the same email will be captured in Pabbly Connect. So I want that whenever my team member is going to send me the email related to the new order which is being placed along with all the details, then I want to capture that response and I want to create an invoice in my Google Docs for that. Okay, so for that reason, I'm going to send another email. So this is the email. Hello ma'am, I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to inform you that we have received a new order for our electronics store. Please find the details. So these are all the order details which is being placed, order date, customer's email address, name, customer's contact number, product name, quantity being purchased and the per unit price. So the sender is Michael Karras. This is the teammate. Okay, now I'm going to click on send and we will check whether we have received the email or not. And yes, here we have received the email. So let's go and check as we have received the email on our Gmail account, the same email is captured in Pabbly Connect or not. So we'll wait for a few seconds over here to capture the response. And yes, here the response is received. This is the email address from which we have received the email. When we will scroll down, here is the subject of the email. And here finally we have the body of the email as well. So this is our body. Okay, in this particular email, we have received all the details related to the order, the customer name, product, etc. Alright, now when we have received this response, that means our connection between Gmail account and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful with the help of email parser. So whenever an email will be received on our account, it will be captured over here in Pabbly Connect as well. But here, because we are creating this automation for a specific reason, just to create invoices for new order details, and we do not want to run this workflow for each and every email which we are going to receive. So for that, we have to apply a filter condition that only when a specific email will be received, then only we want to continue the workflow, otherwise not. For that, we have to move towards our action step and our action application will be filtered over here. After doing this, we have to go towards our action event and our action event will be filter values. Let's click on connect. Now we have to set a condition over here which will contain label, filter type and value. So you have to select a label from your previous response which you want to match. You can select any of the condition. For example, you can give a specific email address that only if the email will be received to you from that email, then you want to continue the workflow. You can give a subject over here that if the subject line will contain specific terms, then you want to run the workflow. Or you can also go for the body text of the email that if the body text of the email will contain something special, then you want to run the workflow. Here I'm going to go with the subject. So when I'm going to select my previous step and here I'm going to enter subject, this is the subject which we have received, new order received, invoice generation. So I have given a specific format to the team member who is going to send me the details of the order, that he has to send me the mail in the same format only. So the subject will always contain something related to new order. Okay, so here the subject is new order received. Now the filter type will be contains. Okay, and here I'm going to enter new order, that if the subject of my email will contain new order in that, then I want to run the workflow because it will be related to my field. Okay, now as we have entered the subject from my previous response, this means that now the subject has become dynamic and it is going to replace automatically with each and every new response. And here I have entered value manually, so it has become static. So whenever a new response will be captured, the subject is going to be replaced, and if the subject will be equal to the value which we have entered, that means if the new order will be there in our subject, then automatically the workflow is going to continue. continue, otherwise it will stop. So you can add the conditions according to your choice. Here I have added only one condition, but you can go for adding more than one conditions by adding and condition, or you can also go for or condition that either of the conditions could follow. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and send test request button to check the condition, and it is absolutely true. So let's move forward. Now before moving forward and creating the invoice, because here I'm going to take you towards my Google Docs, and this is the template by using which I'm going to create the invoice. Now you can see that this template contains all the details related to my electronic shop. This is the address, okay, and here are the billing details. So you can see that some of the details are under curly braces. So because I'm using a template to create different documents and I'm going to automate this entire process, therefore these details are variable. So the details which are given in curly braces are going to be replaced automatically with each and every new response, and in this way we are going to automatically generate different documents, different invoices for each of the new order. Alright, so we are going to use this same template, and we have to enter the details in these fields. So how we are going to get these details? We have already received all these details in our email response. We have to separate the email and we have to parse out the details from that email text body so that we can enter the details in this template and we can generate an invoice. For that we have to click on this add action step button, and we have to use our email text body which we have received. And how we are going to retrieve the details from that email body? For that we have to use text formatter. Text formatter is an amazing feature by Pabbly which allows us to format the text according to our requirements. We have multiple action events over here, so we are going to use text parser. It is used to parse out the text from the long paragraph. Let's click on connect. And here it is asking us which text you want to parse. I want to parse the body text which we have received from our earlier response. So we will simply map the body text over here. Here I'm going to search for body text, and it has redirected us towards the text. So we'll simply select that and it is mapped. Now mapping is inserting data from previous response. As we have selected that, it is mapped. As we map our data, it becomes dynamic, and with each and every new response, it is going to replace automatically. So after mapping this, we'll move forward. Here we have to enter text match after and text match before. So whatever details you want, accordingly you have to give this text match after and before. Now these are all the order details I have. So first of all, I'm going to retrieve this order date. You can see that order date is given after dash order date colon, and it is given before dash customer's email colon. So similarly, I'm going to enter text match after as dash order date. Exactly you have to enter, and then we have to enter the text match before. So the date is given before dash customer's email colon. Okay, now when we are going to click on save and send test request button, here we have received the exact date. In the same manner, we are going to retrieve all the details which we wanted, such as customer name, email address of the customer, contact number, product details, and etc. So I'm simply going to clone the step so that we do not have to perform the step again and again. Here I'm going to click on clone step. And after doing this, we will simply go towards the step which we have cloned. Here the text is already mapped, so we just have to change text match after and before. Now this time I want the customer's email. So the text match after will be customer's email, and here the text match before will be dash customer name. So I'm going to enter dash customer name. Alright, let's click on save and send test request button, and here the email is received. And now we'll move forward towards retrieving the customer name by cloning the step once again. We'll copy the text match after this, that is customer name. You can see customer name, smart user is given after this customer name, and it is given before customer contact. So here I'm going to enter. Okay, so we have entered that. Now let's click on save and send test request button. So here we have received the name with the colon because we forgot to enter colon over here in text match after. So you have to keep in mind these small points that you do not have to make any kind of mistake like this. Let's click on save and send test request button, and now correct response is received. In the same manner, by using text formatter, in the same manner, by using this step text formatter, I'm going to parse out all the details. And here at last, I have also retrieved the per unit price. Okay, so we have to enter the last line in text match before, that is please proceed with generating the invoice. Here I'm going to click on save and send test request button, and here the price is received. Now when we have retrieved all the details from the email, we are going to use these details to create the invoice. So we are going to insert these details in the invoice template to generate the document. For that we have to click on this add action step button once again, and here our action application this time will be Google Docs. So here I'm going to select Google Docs. Now we have to select the action event, that will be create document from template. As we are using a template to create the document, we will simply select create document from template as our actions event. Let's click on connect, and here I'm going to select add new connection. To build a new connection with my Google Docs account, we'll click on connect with Google. We'll select our account, and now Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Google Docs account. It is 100% safe, so let's click on allow. All right. After doing this, our connection is absolutely successful, and let's move forward. Now here it is asking us to select the template document, the name of the document which we are using as a template. Here the name of my document is invoice template. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to select invoice template as my template document, and let's move forward. Now we have to move towards new document's name. So what should be the name of the document which we are creating? I am creating invoices for different customers. So here I will simply give the name as order invoice for, and for the customer I will simply map the name of that customer over here to create new document name for each of the documents. So as I have mapped this name, it is going to replace each time, and in this way every document will have a unique name. Now let's move forward. Here we have to give the document's location, so where you want to save the document. So I'm going to so here in my Google Drive we have multiple folders. I have created two separate folders for these invoices. One will contain the documents and one will contain the PDF. So in my invoice folder I want to save the document which we are creating. Now the next is customer's name, email, phone number, etc. All these fields which we have in the template. So one by one we have to map all these details in these fields to insert them in our template to create a document. So let's start with the customer's name. Here I'm going to simply map the customer name, smart user. In the same manner we will map the email. All these details we have already retrieved from our email response. Now it is asking us for the phone number, okay, date, item name, quantity which is being purchased, and here the per unit price. Now it is asking us for the total amount as well. So here you can see that we have to enter the total amount, which will be multiplication of quantity into unit price. Okay, so how we are going to get that answer every time automatically? For that we have to use number formatter in our previous step. So we have to click on this add action step button in between once again, and here we have to select number formatter as our action application. After selecting this, we have to go towards our action event, that will be perform math operation. We are going to multiply two numbers with the help of perform math operation event. Let's click on connect, and here it is asking us for the number which we want to multiply. So first of all we have to use the quantity, and then I'm going to use a comma, and here I'm going to map the per unit price. Now we have to multiply quantity of the product being purchased and the per unit price. So it will give us the total amount which is to be paid. Now you can see that I have entered the two numbers with a comma. It is given that whatever values you want to use to perform the math operation, you have to enter them as like this. For example, in case if you want to add 100 plus 200, then you have to enter 100 comma 200 instead of this plus sign. Then we have to select the operation specifically. So we have already done that because we want to multiply 30 with 20. So I have entered it 30 comma 20, and now in the operation I'm going to select multiply. Let's click on save and send test request button, and here we have received the response, that is 600. Now we will move back and we will simply map the total amount that we have received, that is 600. After doing this, we'll click on save and send test request button, and here we have received the response. In the response we have received this document ID. So let's go towards Google Drive first of all, and yes, here we can see that the document is created, order invoice for smart user, and here in our template all the details are arranged systematically. This is the date, this is smart user, that is the name of the customer, email of the customer, mobile number, item name, and etc. Okay, let's move back now because we want to upload a PDF file of this particular document in Google Drive. For that I have already created another folder with the name as invoice PDF. So I'm going to open this folder, and I want to save the document in this particular folder in my Google Drive in a PDF format. So we'll go back towards the workflow. We'll click on this add action step button, and now we are finally going to set up a connection between Google Drive and Pabbly Connect. So let's select our action application as Google Drive. First of all, we have to make this document shareable with anyone. So for that we have to select our action event as share file with anyone. Let's click on connect. Here I'm going to select add new connection to build a new connection with my Google Drive account. We'll select the account, and Pabbly Connect is now asking us for the permission to access our Google account. As I told you, it is 100% safe, so we have clicked on allow, and here we can see that our authorization has become successful. Now, one more thing, that I was already logged into all the applications which I'm using over here before making the connection with Pabbly Connect. So you also have to keep in mind that you have to log into the applications before setting up the connection, because it makes the connection easier and faster. Now we have to enter the file ID which we want to share. So when we are going to enter the file ID and we are going to convert it into shareable file, then Google Drive will provide us multiple links. In these links, we will also receive the PDF link of the file. Okay, so now in order to enter the file ID, we will simply turn this mapping button on. The file ID is already added over here. This is the same ID which we have received from Google Docs response earlier. So we will go back towards that response and we will simply map the document ID over here. Okay, so that it could be replaceable with each and every new response. Now when we have mapped the file ID, let's click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And here we have received the response. It is given that now this link is shareable with anyone. These are all the links which we have received. Along with these links, we have also received the PDF link. So now we are going to upload this PDF link into the folder of Google Drive which we want. Let's click on this Add Action Step button once again. And once again, our action application over here will be Google Drive. So let's select that. And here we have to enter the action event that will be upload a file. Let's click on Connect. And here, once again, we'll go with the existing connection only, as we have already built the connection earlier. It is asking us now, after building the connection, it is asking us for the URL. So we will simply map the URL which we have received as the PDF document. So this is the PDF link of the file. We have mapped that. Now it's asking us for the folder ID, the ID of the folder in which we want to insert this file. So we'll go back towards our Google Drive. This is my folder named as Invoice PDF. And on your folder, you will see in the URL, this is the folder ID. So we'll simply copy that, we'll move back and paste it over here. Done. Now it is asking us for the file name. So whatever name you have given to your file will be received in the Google Drive response earlier when you have shared it with anyone. So we will simply map the file name and we will click on Save and Send Test Request button. As we have done that, here we have received the response and the status is absolutely success. So let's go and check whether this invoice is automatically uploaded in our folder in the PDF format. And yes, the invoice is automatically uploaded. This is the PDF format of the file. Okay, you can see connection is absolutely successful, and here we have completed the long process of this workflow. Don't worry, once you will set up this workflow by giving your 10 to 20 minutes, automatically you will be able to generate PDFs in the same manner whenever you will receive a new email. So what we have done, we have just set up a connection between our Gmail account, Google Docs and Google Drive in such a way that whenever a new email will be received, if that email will be according to the conditions which we wanted, then automatically the email response will be converted into the PDF document and it will be uploaded. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.